Rebecca, I grew up on all the different types of ingredients that were in my cabinets that you threw out when you came down. And that's just what I've been accustomed to. So how would I go about figuring out what would be healthier alternatives?
Tammie, the key is in the label. The first place I start is there are two parts of the label. One is the nutrition facts, okay? And the next are the ingredients.
Right.
The first thing I do is I look at the ingredients. Now, when I'm looking for the ingredients of breadcrumbs, the only thing I want to see is bread. That's really all I want to see. Maybe a little salt, that's it. Here, I have a laundry list of foods not found in nature. I mean, really, the first ingredient is breadcrumbs, and then the second ingredient is high fructose corn syrup. Now, ingredients are listed in the order of how much is in there. So if high fructose corn syrup is the second ingredient, that means there's a lot of high fructose corn syrup. And it's followed by corn syrup. Now, why do breadcrumbs need to be so sweet?
Is that, it's for sweetness, not
Yes.
a preservative?
No.
Okay.
Then we've got partially hydrogenated vegetable oil, okay? And that is your clue to there being trans fats in here, okay? So we're seeing that that's, bad, and we're just talking about breadcrumbs, right? So I would say to you, let's not even go through all the rest of this. Put it back on the shelf. This would not be a good, healthy option. Okay? So I'm not going to even look at the nutrition facts here, because this is no.
Okay.
So I did throw out your soups.
Yeah.
It wasn't very nice of me. But let's take a look here. Okay? So another thing about reading labels is, what is the serving size?
Right.
Okay? So this is 1 cup, right? So this is 2.5 cups in this
1 can.
can,
Wow.
okay? So what happens with a lot of people is they forget about the serving size. So they think, oh, wow, it's only 110 calories. Well, it's 110 calories if you eat 1 cup, right? But here's the kicker here. I look at the amount of sodium in here, and it is 890 milligrams of sodium per serving.
Yes.
Okay? That is a lot. And let's just go over here and see, where is the sodium coming from? Well, it's coming from monosodium glutamate, okay?
It's the MSGs,
It's
right?
the MSG, right? So modified food starch and monosodium glutamate are two big sodium offenders, okay? And the body doesn't really know what to do with this kind of sodium, okay? So this is not a healthy choice, okay? So we're gonna put that down and look at this one. It's 1 cup, okay? And this can, again, this is 2.5 cups in this can. And we look at the sodium, it's in half. It's 470 milligrams of sodium. And this does not have any MSG in it. So that's a better choice. So when you're looking for canned soups, you want to really be careful of the sodium content, and you want to make sure that there's no MSG.
Okay.
So here's the cereal. Now we're in the cereal aisle, okay? So, and you know that cereal aisle, it's like blinding. It's like, where do I go, right? And so you think that this would be a healthy cereal. It's a brand cereal. It's got raisins in it. Why not, right?
Right. I've ate it many times.
Okay, so, but let's look at the nutritionals here, okay? So, first of all, we look at the serving size, 1 cup. Okay, and this does not include milk, right?
Not much.
Okay, so now we look that it's 190 calories, right? And there's not much fat in here, so I'm not worried about the fat, okay? The sodium is fairly low, but the carbohydrate is high. That's 46 grams of carbohydrate in 1 cup. And again, When we pour cereal into a bowl, we're usually pouring in more than 8 ounces. We're usually pouring in like we're filling a bowl usually.
Right.
Now, the fiber here is 8 grams. So that actually, whenever you see fiber being 5 grams of fiber or above, it counteracts some of the carbohydrates. And that means that there's enough fiber in there to like slow down how the carbohydrates release in your system.
Okay.
Okay, but still
Still
this
get a
is
lot, yeah.
so high, okay? But here's the kicker, right? The sugars in this. Sugars are 19 grams. And here is another tricky one. Other carbohydrate, 19 grams. So that means that it's 46 grams plus 19 grams.
Oh.
What's other carbohydrate? Right? What's other carbohydrate? So I go and I look down at the ingredient listing and I see the corn syrup, the sugar, and the malted barley flour. And I go, oh, right? That's the other carbohydrate versus the whole grain wheat. Okay? So it's tricky. It's tricky. So this would not be your healthiest choice.
Okay.
All right? And that doesn't count the milk, which they only are accounting for half a cup of milk. So for half a cup of milk, for 1 cup of cereal, you're at 230 calories. And you're not really getting
very much.
You're not getting very much. So let's look at this box. So in this box, we see that the carbohydrate's significantly less. It's 25 grams, right? Almost half. The fiber is 5 grams. Okay. We don't see any other carbohydrates, right?
Right.
It's 4 grams of protein. It's not bad. Very little to no fat. Very little to no sodium in here. The serving size is a little bit lower. It's 3/4 of a cup, but still, all in all, this is a much, much better bet. And here you can see that everything it's a grain. It's oat flour, it's oat bran, it's cornmeal. I mean, there's just a lot more going on. You don't see corn syrup or high fructose corn syrup in here. Right. So this is a much better choice. Okay. So Tammie, here's the bottom line about reading labels. Look at the ingredients first.
Okay.
See how long they are. The longer,
The worse off.
the worse off you are, okay? Then go up to the nutritional label and take a look. The most important things are the serving size,
Okay.
the amount of fat, the amount of carbohydrate, the amount of protein, sugars, sodium, and fiber. But here's my best advice, and I know that you're doing it already, is to when you go into the grocery store, shop the perimeter because those vegetables there and those fruits don't have big marketing campaigns that say, pick me, pick me.
Yeah.
But that's really where your nutrition lies.
Okay.